Brisbane and friend of Daphne, close friend, Dr. Sally Ann Atkinson.
Thank you very much, Peter. My role here today really is to wrap up and say a few thank yous, and also to pick up on anything that hasn't been said, but I do think most things have been said. So I am going to say some thank yous. First of all, to you, Graham, Lord Mayor. Thank you not only for being here today and for honouring us all, but honouring Daphne particularly with your presence. I know it's a busy weekend, but you are here, and we chose today particularly because of the Junior Tennis Championships happening across the road, which seemed most appropriate. But I'm thanking you for honouring Daphne, but I'm also thanking you for your commitment to tennis. Daphne has told us what a great sport it is, as has Mark, but you have really endorsed that with the tennis trail and with your general commitment to sport, but particularly to tennis. So we thank you for that. Mark Bloomfield, we thank you for your commitment, of course, in your capacity as, I'm assuming, honorary President of Tennis Queensland, and that's a big commitment, but your hospitality today in hosting us here. And of course, Daphne. What can we say about Daphne? All of us are here today because we love Daphne, but also because we owe something to Daphne, whatever that might be. And people have come from all over the place. It's already been mentioned several times that Stephanie and her boys have come up from Sydney. Yvonne Goolagong and Roger have come down from Noosa. People have come from all over the place. I didn't realise that your niece was coming from Wimbledon, and I think all of us have understood the contribution that Daphne made, and it's a very special contribution because a lot of people reach the top in sport. Well, not a lot of people, but an elite Natalie Cook reached the top in sport. But Daphne and Trevor, her husband, who was a Davis Cup player in his own right, of course, have given back. One of my great heroes is Sir Edmund Hillary. One of the reasons that he was my hero was because he not only climbed Mount Everest, but he continued to look after those people and give back to that community. There are thousands of children in this state, good tennis players, also ran tennis players, and Daphne and I occasionally hit a ball. Daphne hits it to me and I try and hit it back, and she says, place it over there, and I say, Daphne, I'm just pleased to get it over the net. Place it over there. But we go back a long way. I first met Daphne and Trevor at Fancutt's in the early 60s, when my first child was born, and a group of young mothers and I used to go up there and play tennis and swim in the pool. There was a pool at Fancutt in those days, which you sensibly have filled in, I guess. And great friendships were formed there. A lot of sport was played there. And just simply, I think, on behalf of everybody here today, I wanted to thank you. I also wanted to tell you something that the gentlemen who have spoken before me may not have quite understood or known. And that is that when you see the sign with Daphne's photograph on it, she is wearing a Teddy Tingling dress. Now, I won't ask you to put your hands up. Who remembers? Teddy Tingling was a fashion designer. Ian Brasasco's putting his hand up. It dates us, Ian, if we remember Teddy Tingling. Teddy Tingling was the man who dressed tennis players. You will have heard of gorgeous Gussies. Gussie Moran wore this pair of frilly knickers designed by Teddy Tingling, and that caused great outrage at Wimbledon. But the dress that Daphne's wearing in this photograph is one that Teddy Tingling designed especially for her. So I'm sure that many of us who are interested in clothes as well as tennis will be really pleased to see that. And I also did want to thank Peter Mears, who's, oh, there he is, lurking behind me. Peter has been a long-time supporter of Daphne's, a friend, as everybody is, of course, a really notable sports commentator in this state. And I know that on behalf of Daphne and Trevor and all the Fancutts, we really thank you, Peter, for your continuing support, and particularly your very fine job that you have done today. And I'm now going to hand it back to you so you can continue to do a very fine job. Thank you.
This is too long.
Welcome everyone. Lord Mayor Graham Cook, President of Tennis Queensland, Mark Bloomfield, I thank you very much for everything you've done, and all your helpers for everything they've done. This doesn't happen without a lot of work. I actually want to say welcome to everybody that's here. And the thing I would like to say is that what makes this unique is that there are people here from all walks of life. My niece flew back from Wimbledon and arrived yesterday, so she could be here. But we're all joined in a common bond, and it's a wonderful bond. It's a family bond, where the family of tennis is standing here and sitting here in front of me. We're all, there's two things about tennis. It's a joy in your life, from when you take it up to when you drop dead like me in a few years. I started the youngest of 9 kids on a farm. I won't go into that, but you just imagine it, through the 1933 depression, and from there I managed to crawl my way, or find my way, to the centre court at Wimbledon. And my dear friend, Faye Colthorpe, Faye Mullen was, who I believe carried me in the final, literally, we played on the centre court at Wimbledon 59 years today.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we were beaten. What? In getting there, we never lost a set, and we played the English champions first in the semi-final. And I think the officials in Wimbledon have never had a heart attack like they had when we beat the champions to get into the final. Anyway, I won't dwell on that. I just wanted to say thank you so much, and I just want everybody here to remember that we are a tennis family, and tennis is what joins us, and tennis is the most wonderful sport of all, and I would like to see it increasing twofold with all little tiny children like my little grandchildren. Don't forget, all of you, sit on the, if you're going to babysit the children, sit on the floor with 2 wooden spoons and about 6 little balls and bang them around, and in next to no time your child will have brain-eye-hand coordination. Thank you.
I will recall a day at your tennis centre when Stephanie Atkinson was playing. You were playing, Sally Ann. Ian Eyre, who's no longer with us, or you were there anyway, I don't know if you're playing, but now your daughter is here with her daughter, and she's taken up tennis. Isn't it wonderful? It just keeps going. So, thank you, the eloquent Sally Ann. Well, it's a big moment. I'd like to invite the Lord Mayor and Daphne to come forward and unveil the plaque.
Officially unveiled Daphne Fancutt Amphitheatre.
We can't see the gorgeous fuzzy knickers, unfortunately, Daph, but we can see that wonderful left-handed backline.